Hey brothers and sisters, it's Rosie. I'm back. This video is going to be titled They Say. I'm going to tell you why I'm going to name it They Say. Okay, so I'm going to name this video They Say because I realized that my people, we follow a lot of what they say. In this entire video, I'm just going to be going through and allowing the Holy Spirit to just use me and get the Father's message across. And it was something I was watching on YouTube about a young girl, young melanin girl who's in college, um, who's also working in a work program in the college. And she runs into our fellow Esau brother, in this case, a sister. And the white sister, she's white. She's drunk and she just goes on her racist tyrant, attacking the sisters verbally, calling her a nigger and calling her her name, female dog, curse word. So, the story actually went, on the internet and it's out there. I'm not sure if the video went viral, but I do know that thousands of people have watched it and saw it. So I'm gonna start going on about the topic of my video. So I'm gonna start out by saying all praises to the Most High God. Um, and yeah, I just pray that someone uh can get the message and it does its purpose in their lives, in your lives. So they say they say you're acting like a bad citizen, you're acting like a bad human, you're making bad decisions when you choose to get uh drunk, overly intoxicated, when you choose to indulge in um alcohol, whether it leads you to reacting or responding bad to the alcohol or treating others badly due to the substance alcohol. So they say, no, 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 you're a bad citizen for this act after the cause, which was the alcohol. But no one's ever taken responsibility for who actually planted those distributions, those wine and spirits, those beer distribution warehouses. They never take responsibility for those people that they allowed to plant that seed there, for those people to go ahead and indulge as often as they want, as much as they want, anytime that they want. So um they say you're bad for doing it, but nobody who actually allowed it to happen takes responsibility. They say go to school from the age of 5 to high school, and then from there is your option to go to college. But not just one school after high school is not free, but two the people who enforce you to do school damn near your entire life, your youthful life anyway, young life. No one take responsibility that nothing's guaranteed after that. You spend all your time and your energy, and then if you choose to go to college, then that comes down to your money. Even if you borrow money, they're still holding you to the responsibility of paying it back. So they say, yeah, sure, this is what you have to do, but nobody takes responsibility for the actual outcome of nothing being guaranteed that you're going to succeed just for doing what they told you you had to do. They say there is a certain language that is hate speech. Um, for an example, I'll get straight to the point. Being anti-Semitic. Anything you speak about the Jewish community or against the Jewish community that they find offensive, violent, hate speech, you become anti-Semitic, and everything that they allowed you to do, they are ready to take it from you. So they say you cannot mention these certain hate speeches or certain words that offends them, but they never prove how. They never prove how you're being anti-Semitic. They show you no evidence, nothing. It's like when you grow up and, our parents, it's just like, don't do that. Stop doing that. And you're just like, well, why? Why can't I? Being logical as children. Just want to know why. What's so wrong with me doing it? Simple example, simple proof would have simply stopped us from just doing it. But a lot of times we got because I said so. Which leads us nowhere fast because we still got that question in the back of our head. It was, oh, what was so bad about it? They never did tell me. Excuse me. It was just, oh, because I'm the parent. Not good enough. I'm the authority, so you have to listen to me. Just because you're the authority doesn't mean that you're leading me in the right path I should go. It just means that God put you in my life for you to make a choice to choose how you're going to raise me and help me grow up. But when you choose ignorance, it kind of creates its own war within, the relation between parent and a child. The child still have the same questions, and the parent thinks somehow they are right just because they're the parent. And we all know that's not true. So they say all things that we come to know is for our own good. And it gets a little funny because just a little funny. Not everything. It just gets a little funny because all we can remember growing up is hardly anything being good. We remember a lot of pain, a lot of sacrifice, and a lot of struggle. This is my problem with believing with what they say. My problem is they say anything they can, enable enabling them to be able to do whatever they want to do to us and get away with it. That's my problem. That's my very problem. They'll say anything. And as long as we believe it, they'll get away with it. But the moment you actually question them, and not just even question them, because once you get old enough to do your own research and seek to find for yourself, then you can make your own choice, whether you're going to believe in them or not. And that's where the shift of your perspective on what you believe changes. It changes everything. It changes the game. It changes where you put your energy. It changes where your mind at. It changes where your heart at. It changes what you're going to do as far as your actions. It just changes. You're not going to be the same. And then that's when you open up and allow something higher than what they say to actually intervene in your life, which is God. That's God, the Most High God. You realize, okay, they're no longer a people pleaser. They're no longer trying to live and idolize man. They're no longer believing in what man said is right to do. It's time for me to come and show them and tell them and teach them and lead them that I have always been and I will always be. And as long as you follow me, you're good. And I believe that's what the power struggle is that we're going through right now, dealing with a lot of our mainstream media, brothers and sisters, people from the rich like Kyrie and Kanye and Nick Cannon, you name it, all the ones that came out and tried to speak some truth. Literally, you saw how the powers over them who rules this world that we're living in literally try to silence them. So, moral of this story is whatever they say, it doesn't matter if they cannot prove it. My father say, which I'm going to actually bring up the scripture on. He say, don't believe any man or woman, for they are all liars. But if anyone who tries to tell you something, they are to show themselves proven worthy of your trust. And time only can tell that. As you go through life and situations and experiences with people, then you see how they act during those situations. That's when you can actually reason whether you should believe them or not. That's your trust. That's where you can reason whether you can trust them or not. Because words is worthless and actions is everything. And even sometimes people put on good actions, then again, you know, it's only but so much you can keep on acting until the truth comes along and just expose you. I'm going to get the verse. Um, every man shows themselves worthy of your trust. Psalms 33 and 4. For the word of the Lord is right and true. He is faithful in all he does. God has shown himself to be loving and trustworthy. Even in your suffering, he never fails. Okay, that's not the exact one I'm looking for. We got 1 Kings and 52. This is Solomon replying. He said, if he shows himself to be worthy, not a hair of his head will fall to the ground. But if evil is found in him, he will die. Okay. Um, that is like that would be like a precept to what I'm trying to say right now. But more of the story is there are verses that proves what I am saying to be true in the Bible, and it's just putting people through a timely trial to prove what they are saying. Anybody could come to you and say, "Oh, I'm this and I'm that, and this is what I'm going to do." You could choose to believe them, but in due time, it's the only thing that's going to prove whether they're worthy of you trusting that that's what they going to do or be able to in that matter. Um, So yes, it's a whole lot more what they say that I'm literally trying to just bring it out off of my mind, out of my mind, off the top of my head. It's just they say a lot. They say a whole lot in this world. Might just have to get personal. They say you have to go and get a job and you gotta go and make a living for yourself. And these be the people who does that and they have that and they're still not happy. So I used to just wonder, you want me to be not happy? This is how in depth I used to take these sayings or these advice, what they say. They say, uh, what else do they say? They say you can't sit around and just wait for God to come back, failing to realize that it's better He that is in us than He that's in this world. So you're right. I can't just sit around and wait for Him because it is me that I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for me to do my due diligence at seeking to find the truth and the knowledge of God. Just like you should be doing, but you're too busy doing what they said, you will never be able to really do what God is telling you to do. You're not doing that seeking. So it sounds good. Everything that they tell you you gotta do, it sounds good. It does. It sounds very good. And they make it look good. You know, they have their people coming out and they have their people talking to us about their lives and how they follow the program, the steps and the order of the program, and how everything turned out for them. And then again, they're still not happy. You realize those people, they got a big paycheck at the end of their speech. And that's what was worth it for them, not how many other lives they affected to make them follow that same, guideline or system that they came out and just spoke about, and they didn't get the same end results. Again, nothing's guaranteed, but they got paid. Those people just found out it was a dead end. So, yeah, they say a lot. They say a whole lot. They say we have artifacts. I'm sorry, excuse me for laughing. They say we have archaeological and archaeological artifacts. in our museums from thousands and thousands and thousands of years ago to prove what is what and how it operated. But when you go to school, all the history books start at 1600. Where is the rest of the history at? So then they turn around and they say, we started at 1600, but let's cut that off to 2000. We don't need that history going out where they started out as slaves. We don't want to teach our children those horrendous acts. We never said in school and asked, well, who was those people and why did they think that that was okay to enslave those people? We just took the history and did the test so we could pass the class. We never fully took it serious as far as how affected we are due to this very history that they quote unquote provided us with. So like I said, they say a lot. They say we are born slaves. Hmm, that really make you question. If we was born to be slaves, then does that mean y'all was born to be the ones to enslave us? Or during the time of us being born, y'all just chose to be the ones to enslave us? Or y'all just converted to be the ones? Which one? Okay. Hey, listen. As long as you keep laying your cake as evenly as you think you are, and I just see the shit just all upside down, inside out, and conflicted and just wrong. Yeah, of course, you would be the sane one, and I would be the crazy one, because you would be the one who actually rule and control everything. So why wouldn't I be the crazy one? Why wouldn't you be the sane one? Everything is just coming out and it's just making perfect sense for why nothing made sense down here. And I mean, nothing made sense down here. Like just growing up, always having that big red question mark next to that big red explanation mark in your head for why, and how, what, like it don't make sense. And if it don't make sense, I can't believe it, which only drew me more to wanting to know what is going on. So, whatever what they say, they had all the time they needed to make it make sense. And it's just the way they chose to use their time. On not caring how it made sense. As long as we chose to believe it, that's all that mattered to them. Now we're actually trying to figure out what is it and why doesn't it make sense and what does make sense. And you start to realize everything they said is the complete opposite. We're here now. All praise to the Most High God. All my brothers and sisters, y'all be bold, y'all be blessed, y'all be absolutely God made truth seekers, Israelites. 'Cause that's exactly what we are. Peace.